Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Woke up today feeling like Christmas morning. We welcome you to McKeon Park for Christmas in July, as the Harwich Mariners have come to McKeon Park to take on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. We welcome you inside the booth. Nico Sharp alongside Jacob Irons, Josh Schreiber out on assignment today. And Merry Christmas in July, Jacob Irons.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. Got the hats on. We're ready to go. McKeon Park's all decked out with stockings, presents all around, so it should be a fun night of Christmas festivities here in a summer month.
Yeah, it looks super fun. See Santa down there. I see a couple different characters, so we'll show you as the broadcast goes along. Also, have a big gift here in this ball game here today. Should be a great matchup. What have you seen from the Harbor Hawks in last night's matchup that you hope to bring today?
Hits, and more hits. Over the past 2 games when they were on their losing streak, it was bats that somewhat fell quiet. But last night, reinvigorated the bats. It was really the home run from Anthony Silva that really propelled them forward with his family in attendance. And it's a huge opportunity here tonight for Hyannis to have that ability.
And there's something that they have shown from being at home that's been a huge difference for them this year. Currently sitting at 11-2.
Yeah, they are really good at home. And so they will really look for one of the best defensive teams first in the Cape Cod Baseball League. But really, home has been where their sweetheart has been. And at the number that you got to look at is runners in scoring position at 298. That is a huge number that when they're at McKeon Park, they're playing so good.
Yeah, they love to play at home. They've been enjoying it. Some people have been fun to watch at home, and also away have been the All-Stars that just got announced. Harbor Hawks were able to have 6 on roster for them.
Yeah, 6 on the All-Star lineup. Aaron Savory will be the starting pitcher for the Western Division. We saw it last night in his start against Chatham. He has been so good and very deserving of that Hawks All-Star starting position for the Western Division. But it's names that you expect to be on there to have their name called in Casey Hintz, Kane Kepley, Eric Snow, Michael Italo, and Sean Fitzpatrick, who have all had some very great seasons, all deserving to hear their name called to be able to go to Falmouth next weekend.
Yeah, we saw 2 of the 3 arms last night in that matchup, and it was a whole bunch of zeros. It was a shutout done by the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks. Really pitched well, and she talked about the hitting. How about that pitching staff? Aaron Savory, Fitzpatrick, 2 All-Stars. It was Josh Ock who came and shut the door. All zeros across the board for them.
Yeah, the pitching staff was all on last night. They did a great job of being ahead, staying ahead in counts, and using their strikeout pitches to their advantage. And when you can use 2 pitchers that go a majority of the game, can't ask for too much more.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at the defense that we'll see tonight. Let's look at how the Harbor Hawks will stack up.
Yeah, stacking up defensively. They're the best fielding percentage in the Cape Cod Baseball League. And tonight, it's Dalton Borgo going over to first base, so Michael Italo can get a moment of rest after Blake Cavell, the other first baseman on the Harbor Hawks lineup, is still with the Savannah Bananas for the remainder of this weekend down at the National Stadium. So Bargo steps in at that corner infield spot like we've talked about, a true utility man.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Harwich Mariners, who've been skating a little bit, 1-9 in their last 10, looking for a big victory here. Let's see how they stack up on the defense.
Yeah, for them, it's Weber behind home plate. I think everyone should look at. He has a cannon of an arm behind home plate, and you have to be wary when you are running. And for Hyannis, they are a very active team on the base pass. Because of Weber's arm, the Oregon State Beaver, you're going to have to look out for him and see what he brings to the table.
And on the mound for them, it's going to be Justin Mitrovic. But you got a chance to talk with Coach Rick before the game. Pretty interesting interview. Can't wait to show it. Let's take a look at what Jacob Irons had to say with Coach Rick.
Substitute on the manager show, bench coach Rich Cagliano. Coach Rich, thanks for stepping in.
Good to be here, Chuck.
It's good. Okay, we'll just keep it moving on tonight. What did you see from your team last night in a big 6-0 game?
Well, we got the bats going finally. I just want to explain that my role as bench coach is crucial to the wins and losses. I think the decisions I make on the bench, Mitch does a nice job. The rest of the guys, but the things I decide on a day-to-day basis are crucial to the winning and losing. So last night I decided that we should swing it.
Oh.
Sideline reporter Josie Broyles here with Anthony Silva after a huge Harbor Hawks shutout yesterday. Anthony, you had a great homer yesterday's game. How are you feeling after the big switch up for the Hawks?
Yeah, good. Really confident, excited to get out happy. So,
yeah, and you did announce that you're staying at TCU another year. How are you feeling entering another season?
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
So I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
Welcome you back for Christmas in July here at McKeon Park. Harbor Hawks about to take the field, and it's going to be number 35, Blaine Wink, on the mound for the Hawks. Number 35, the Ohio State Buckeye. Fastball, slider, changeup guy. You see his stats here for the summer. Last time we saw him was here against Bourne. 3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks. 3.86 ERA, and he's eaten up a lot of innings, 16 and a third, which is second best on the Harbor Hawks, only behind all-star Aaron Savory. Fastball's going to be up to 97 and has a nice slider and changeup in right behind it. And he's going to go against this Harwich Mariners lineup, who are going to be scratching early.
Yeah, they are going to look to try and be ahead, and they're going to start with Ryan Weingartner, the St. Joe's Eagle, in at the shortstop position. He leads things off, but then it's Cam Maldonado behind him, the all-star selection. Then Jake Ogden, another all-star selection for the Mariners in there as well. Kurland also getting the selection earlier today to be an all-star for the Mariners and the East Division to go to Falmouth.
Blaine Wink taking his final throws, and for the Harbor Hawks again, a team that enjoys playing at home at 11-2. We look at the Harwich Mariners 6-8 on the road.
Yeah, and for Hyannis, they have been so good, and it's really because Buddy the Elf and Santa Claus have been able to call this their home all summer long as well. But for Hyannis, they feel comfortable. They're taking batting practice. They get an hour off in an untraditional sense because they wait for Harwich to come in, then take their BP and have a little bit more of a relaxed time to settle in and get their selves ready to go. And for Hyannis, they've just played really well at McKeon Park. Look for that to continue. And if they can continue playing well from home, it's extra important to go and grab a 2 seed in the playoffs if they can go be able to move a spot up.
Leadoff batter for the Harwich Mariners, Ryan Weingartner, the shortstop. The first pitch of the game, and Christmas here at McKeon Park is underway. Back-to-back fastballs up in the zone.
And for Hyannis, Mitch Carricker always talks about it, especially in these first innings, Hyannis has tended to work some of their most traffic from their starters in these first innings. Trying to get the command on right from the get-go is something Mitch Carricker as well as Tanner Cunha and Ray Korn are trying to find early.
2-1, hit off the hands, going down the foul line and landing out of bounds in foul territory, 2-2.
Good job by Weingartner there. Pushing a pitch away, trying to see if he could bloop one over the head of Bargo.
2-2 to Weingartner, breaking ball staying up in the zone, all full at 3-2. For Weingartner, really good plate discipline, really good at not extending the zone. 3-2 to him, hit right back up the middle to Eric Snow, fielding over second base, flips it on over, and the pick by the first baseman, Dalton Bargo, in his first start at first base.
Eric Snow gets it off of the foot of Wink and does a good job taking his momentum with him, not trying to diverge path, but going with it and changing his arm slot in a position that allows him to go make a good throw over to Bargo. But first lick for Dalton Bargo over at first base for Hyannis so far this summer, and already tested and is able to answer the call.
Next up for the Mariners, Cam Maldonado from Northeastern. For Maldonado, hitting .279 on the summer. 3 home runs, 9 stolen bags. Been a threat on the base paths as Blaine Wink gets behind the count for the second time today, 2-0. Blaine Wink working out of the windup. 2-0, hit down to right field, landing in front of the feet of Josh Tate. And Maldonado goes the other way for a single.
Maldonado showing off why earlier today he was selected as an all-star for the Eastern Division, able to drop one in front of Tate. Does a good job being able to get it to the right side of the field, try and create some traffic. But for Wink, averages around 1 on the base pass every inning, 1.16 whip.
And so far for Wink, it's through the first two batters. Now here to Curlin's been getting behind in the count. 2-0 pitch to Maldonado, just left too much down the middle, and Maldonado got a good swing off it. And the 1-0 to Cade Curlin, catching the bottom part of the zone for strike one. And once again, Maldonado has 9 steals already this summer. See if he tries to get to double digits tonight. Cade Curlin, ground ball to the shortstop, Silva. Silva flips the snow. And on the transition, we'll get the lead runner in Maldonado.
Hyannis was looking for their 24th double play of the summer. Just a ball that got away from Snow on the transfer, but still get the lead runner. Try and just have to go now attack Matt Scannell to find that final third out.
Yeah, the first left-handed batter that Blaine Wink will face, Matt Scannell from Princeton. First pitch to him, backdoor slider, catches the outer part of the zone. Cade Curlin over at first base, 3 for 4 on stolen base attempts this summer. Back-to-back breaking balls, catching the outer corner. Blaine Wink up in the count here at 0-2.
Yeah, great pitch coming from the outside in the righty's batter's box to cut itself right back into the zone at 76.
And the 0-2 moving on the pitch was Cade Curlin over at first base, fouled off. And right there you see Cannon Peebles really set up on that outer side.
And that's how, so far through the first lefty, that Wink wants to go attack Scannell.
Fastball missing up and away to the left-hander.
And still, even on that fastball, keeping it into the other's batter's box, keeping it away from Scannell.
1-2 slide step down in the dirt. Cade Curlin trying to get in the dirt ball read, but staying over at first base.
Scannell batting .234 so far this summer.
2-2, runner in motion, hard line drive up the middle, falling in front of Kepley, rounding second, but retreating will be Curlin, and Matt Scannell hits a hard line drive up the middle for his first base hit of the day.
And it proved helpful in that spot that Curlin was being sent in motion. Does a good job being able to get over to second base. Thought he was going to try and test the arm of Kane Kepley, but instead likes to stay at second base here.
Still 2 outs for the Harbor Hawks. Jake Ogden comes up to the plate, first swing. Comes up empty, 0-1. For Ogden this summer, hitting .253, 15 RBIs. Now with the man scoring position in Cade Curlin. The 0-1 slider missing low and away to the right-hander.
And Wink has thrown his fair share of pitches in this first inning. His 21st now to come, with 11 of them being strikes.
Fastball up in the zone, foul down the third base line.
But like we saw yesterday, the first inning is never an indication of what could come for the rest of your outing. For Aaron Savory yesterday, had runners on, 2 runners on it, second and third, for him to be able to retire. And then it was 3 1-2-3 innings after that.
The 1-2 breaking ball hit right back to Wink. Wink gonna jog it over, flips it to Bargo for out number 3. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first.
This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
It's going to be the right-hander, number 6, Justin Mitrovic, for the Mariners, taking the mound. Gets his first start of the summer. 5 appearances before this, 5.19 ERA, 8 2/3 innings pitched for him so far, and finally gets his first start. He's come out of the bullpen 5 times, and he's eaten a lot of these middle part of the innings for the Mariners. But he's going to go up against a lineup in the Harbor Hawks that found themselves and put up 6 runs last night.
Yeah, found themselves yesterday, looking to try and continue that on tonight. Kane Kepley leads things off. Alex Lodis behind him, Dalton Bargo. The aforementioned Eric Snow, the all-star, in the cleanup spot today with the 5th best batting average at .359. Cannon Peebles. Anthony Silva playing in his final game with Hyannis. Mason White, Carson Bowles, and Josh Tate round out the Harbor Hawks lineup tonight. This is a lineup that found themselves yesterday. Only one substitution, and that is Dalton Bargo coming back in to get an opportunity at first base while DeTalo has the night off.
For the Harbor Hawks, Kane Kepley, the UNC Tar Heel, leading off this game. First pitch from Mitrovic is a fastball in the outer corner for strike 1. For Mitrovic, pitched at Elon this past spring, has a fastball, slider, and change. Fastball's going to be low to mid-90s. Slider's very sharp, late movement. Kane Kepley, high fly ball to Tommy Barth in left field as he stands under it. First one gone for the Harbor Hawks.
And Kepley getting under it there a little bit to loft it into left field, and Barth is there to be able to provide some backup.
Next up is the Florida State Seminole, Alex Lodis. First pitch to him up in the zone, and he's been a guy who's starting to get a hot bat. Just flirting with 300, hitting .296 this summer. One ground ball hit to Weingartner. Ryan Weingartner flips it up, throws it over to Michael Anderson for out number 2.
Really good play from Weingartner at the shortstop position. Ball took a little bit of a ramp onto him off the infield grass. Did a good job to glove it high by his face, bring it back down to complete the throw for a quick and efficient start for Mitrovic.
Mitrovic, only 5 pitches thrown. Two gone here in the bottom of the first. Now he's going to bring up the Tennessee Volunteer, Dalton Bargo. First pitch swinging, high fly ball. Michael Anderson roaming to it. Looks like he will have room. That's a very quick 1-2 inning for Justin Mitrovic. Still scoreless here as we enter the top of the second.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
The lights at McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the NAC Cape Cod. The NAC offers 2 locations, Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit thenacapecod.com to order online today. The NAC Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Welcome you back. Christmas in July here at McKeon Park. Nico Sharp alongside Jacob Irons, Josh Schreiber out on assignment tonight. So it'll just be the 2 of us, Jacob Irons.
Yeah, we're rocking again. We're back together again, Nico Sharp.
Yeah,
the people wanted it so much we had to send Josh Schreiber out on assignment.
Leading off this half inning for the Harwich Mariners, the catcher Wilson Weber getting his first start and first appearance of the summer.
Yeah, the Oregon State product. Played really well for the Beavers in a stacked team.
It's going to be a ground ball. High spinner over to Eric Snow. Flips it on over, and the first one is gone for the Mariners.
So a sneaky hard play for Eric Snow there. Had a lot of spin coming off the bat and then hit something in the infield and changed trajectories on him and cut back to where Snow originally was playing and did a good job to play it off that change of trajectory and get the throw over.
Next up, number 39, Michael Anderson. Out of Rhode Island College and so far, hitting .244 this summer. And he was a guy who came up to the Cape and had a great start to his summer.
Yeah, started really strong and has continued on so far, coming in right now on a 10-game 10-game streak of really solid hitting that has allowed him to propel forward.
Blaine Wink up ahead in the count, 1-2. Breaking ball down in the zone. 2-2, and Wink threw a lot of pitches there in the first, threw 22, and you look on the other side, and Justin Mitrovich only threw 6. The 2-2 getting pulled too hard glove side from Wink. All full here at 3-2.
And for Wink, wants to hammer the zone in key spots like this one.
Pitch down the way, just catching the outer corner. And Wink gets his first strikeout of the evening.
It's a beautifully placed pitch up on the top of the zone. A little middle on it, but high in a borderline call that they're able to drop into the zone and do a good job being able to sell along with people's behind to get the strikeout and look for a 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Wink.
2 up, 2 down for Blaine Wink. He'll take number 3, Daniel Dickinson, Utah Valley State. This is his 17th game of the summer and hitting 175. Breaking ball missing to his glove side, out and away to the right-handed batter, Dickinson.
Wink tried to go back to it again. This time couldn't find its way into the zone.
Fastball up in the zone. Half-hearted swing from Daniel Dickinson.
And for right now, it's really been the slider that Wink's been focusing on, and then he sprinkles in the fastball around the zone and especially high in the zone.
The 3-1 to Danny Fastball just catching the outer corner, and 2 at-bats in a row where Wink is working really hard on that outer half.
Yeah, even if you look back to the first, staying consistent on the outer part of the plate like he does right there.
Gets another strikeout, and after a 22-pitch first inning, he goes 1, 2, 3 with 2 strikeouts. Blaine Wink sends it to the bottom of the second.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Back here for the bottom of the second, it'll be Eric Snow, Cannon Peebles, and Anthony Silva due up this half inning. And for the Harbor Hawks, 11-2 at home.
Yeah, and it's really their batting that comes alive at home. Their .291 team batting average at McKeon Park is first. Then it's their on-base percentage at .413. That's first. Then home runs. Majority of their home runs happening here at McKeon Park. Then it's the number of batting average with runners in scoring position at .298. That is so potent.
First pitch to Eric Snow, catching the bottom half of the corner for a strike. And hitting .298 with runners in scoring position, that's how we've always talked about it. Harbor Hawks able to manufacture those runs.
And that's in comparison to their .266 over the entirety of the season. So Hyannis third in runners in scoring position just as a straight average, but jumps to first once they come here.
1-1 to Eric Snow, fouled off down third base line. Eric Snow, the future Auburn Tiger, number 3, and currently leading the team in batting average at .359 of all the active players. 1-2 delivered to him, fastball, missing out and away.
Yeah, and also good for 5th in the Cape Cod Baseball League with his batting average. And during a pregame all-star selection, so it was one of those pretty cool moments. It's his second summer up here on Cape Cod. And to have that ability to be able to have the name called is huge.
Another great pitch there from Mitrovich. Fastball catching the outer half. Eric Snow gets sent back looking. And next up will be the switch hitter, Cannon Peebles, a Tennessee Volunteer.
Mitrovich doing a great job being able to quickly pitch. Doesn't take that long on the mound from pitch to pitch. Gets the call in from PitchCom, and he sets right now at 14. And delivery's coming at 9.
Misses inside there to Cannon Peebles. But yeah, really stays ahead in the pitch clock. Seemed to be no problem for him. Working very quickly here and going right after the Harbor Hawks. Only 6 pitches in that first inning. Gets behind to Cannon Peebles. For Peebles. Has 3 walks on the year. That fastball's middle. Hitting .250 this summer. in his 6th game for the Harbor Hawks, a late addition.
His start of the summer with Katuitt has come over to provide some depth at the catching position for both Manny Garza, Camden Janik, left earlier in the season.
And he gets his 4th walk of the summer. 12 at-bats, 4 walks, and that'll bring up the TCU Horned Frog, Anthony Silva. Once again, he'll be his last game for the Harbor Hawks today. One out here, high fly ball. Weingartner moving back for it. Tommy Barth calls him off and makes the play. 2 gone here for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, Silva just getting under that pitch a little bit, and it was a trio between Barth, Scannell, and Weingartner who was going to take the action, and it was Barth with the angle in from left field, be able to call off his 2 other Mariners.
Now up the left-handed hitter Mason White, first pitch backdoor for a strike. 2 home runs for Mason White, 1 here in McKeon Park, the other one we saw in Orleans.
And now for Mason White, a little bit of a heavy batter to the right side. And for that,
high fly ball, Tommy Barth ranging to it, making a dive in, making the play right in front of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks dugout. Tommy Barth ranging all the way towards the bullpen down the left field line, covering so much ground, full extension and making the play, sending this game to the top of the 3rd, still scoreless.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Still 0-0 here for the Harbor Hawks. Big game here for the Harbor Hawks. Let's take a look at how all the teams match up in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, it was a big game yesterday between Katuitt and Wareham that allowed Katuitt to go up and grab 2 points. They now stand at first, while Wareham in at second. Hyannis now going to try and go grab them. They stand a game back as of how we sit currently. You got to try and go grab and make some move up. But for Harwich, they have to be on the lookout. Orleans has got to be looking for one. Once again, Harwich is only a game ahead of the Firebirds. And for the Firebirds, they're starting to figure themselves out later as the season rolls on.
Back here for the top of the 3rd, it's going to be Tommy Barth, the 9-hole. Starting off this thing against Blaine Wink. First pitch to him, missing out in the way. And it's been a lot of close games. That's been the difference. And in the standings, every single game is going to matter, especially going into these last couple weeks.
And we already showed the Hyannis at-home graphic. That shows you why it is so important, especially for the first round where it's a single game, wild card elimination game, that you're at home for Hyannis. They've played extremely well at McKeon Park, so to have home field advantage in the playoffs could be huge. Can they get to 1? That's the question. Can they grab 2? It feels like it's very much within reach, and they just have to keep playing their solid baseball. And while they're being at home tonight, that opens up an opportunity for them to play their best baseball against a Harwich Mariners team that they can go try and keep pace with of the Wareham Gatemen.
Tommy Barth working a 2-2 count. Ground ball to the Horned Frog, making the play towards glove side and making a smooth play is Anthony Silva. In his last game for the Harbor Hawks, making it look too easy over there at shortstop.
Too easy, Nico Sharp. It's Silva going all the way up by the second base and on a hop throws it down in time to beat it down the line of Tommy Barth. What a play from the TCU Horned Frog. Coach Rich, the bench coach for Hyannis, talking to him pregame, understanding, got one moment to leave your legacy here in Hyannis with it being Silva's last game in the blue and orange. Showing off like he's leaving it all out on the diamond.
His family being in attendance all this past week, left earlier today. 1-0 to Ryan Weingardner. It's going to be a change-up in on the hands for a strike. Weingardner 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to Eric Snow.
For Silva's family, got to give special shout-out to Welo Vasquez, his grandfather who watches every broadcast. Thank you, Welo. We appreciate you watching every night and being a loyal follower of the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, that's love. Watching every single game, getting to watch Anthony Silva play. And Anthony Silva's been a guy who's been very versatile. We've seen him at short and third, a couple games at second. So he finds his way in the lineup more times than not because you can put that guy anywhere, and his athletic ability allows him to succeed everywhere. That one missing out and away to Ryan Weingardner. He works a walk.
Yeah, first walk issued by Wink. Something he doesn't do all that often coming in. Had only walked 6 in his prior appearances in comparison to his 13 strikeouts that now have moved up to 15 with 2 already this evening.
And Weingardner, a guy who does not extend the zone. We talked about it there in the first. That's his 20th walk of the summer.
Yeah, he's third in the Cape Cod Baseball League in walks, chasing Kyle Lodice with 21. All of them are looking up at Kane Capley with 30.
Cam Maldonado, fake run from Weingardner, just getting under the tag of Dalton Bargo.
It's a good throw down from Cannon Peebles. Saw Weingardner bluff a steal and had a little bit of a reserved approach back to the bag and decides to check down, and Bargo doing a good job trying to get the snap tag over to it. Just by his fingertips, he's able to get in.
For Weingardner, 9 for 11 on stolen base attempts. So that's a guy that can run, as well as the guy at the plate, Cam Maldonado. He already has 9 stolen bases as well. One-two to the Northeastern man. Strike him out. Throw over to second. Pick and tagged him out. Eric Snow, what a play. Making the pick and still able to apply the tag for a strike him out, throw him out between Peebles and Eric Snow. And now let's send it over to our good friend over there, Matt Coates.
Guys, Blaine Wink on the mound has been a breath of fresh air for this Hyannis Harbor Hawks team, especially in a league where you see roster turnover every other day. Heading into today's affair, Blaine Wink's 16 1/3 innings pitched were second on the team, only behind Aaron Savory, who we saw absolutely dominate on the mound last night. Guys, I have a little bit of a secret though. Wink's early success tonight, no shocker. He has the support of his father and his uncle here to watch him in person. His dad, Jeff, has been on Cape for a little bit, taking a bit of a vacation. Said he played some pickleball earlier today and has been having a great time here on the Cape. And luckily for him, gets to watch his son in person for the first time in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Awesome experience for the family, who we have to shout out because they are avid fans of the broadcast. So thank you to the Winks for watching us night in and night out. I'm happy you got a chance to watch him in person, Mr. Wink. And thank you to Blaine for being an amazing player on the field for us all summer long. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Matt Coates. And we talked about the family of Anthony Silva, but Blaine Wink's family always showing love, and awesome to see that his dad is here in attendance.
You know that Mr. Wink Jeff is an avid viewer. When he comes up to me, he was like, "What'd you think of Sandlot?" After I had not seen it. And you guys ripped me for it until I saw it on our movie night a week ago. And so, you know he's an avid watcher, and the Winks are always on. So we appreciate all the support from the Wink family.
It's always love here in the Harbor Hawks family.
And I know the Winks are about ready to leave, but if Jeff's a pickleball player, might need to get him out there with us.
0-1 fouled off to the future Razorback, Carson Bowles. Definitely could get him out there. I mean, we're going to do a feature here soon. It's going to be a pickleball matchup. Don't want to tell you too much yet, but could get him out there. That'd be kind of fun and get to know him a little bit.
Yeah. It's a swing and a miss for Bowles there. And once again, Justin Mitrovic doing a really good job being ahead, being aggressive. So far, it has worked out for them. And he's only faced one above the minimum. Now takes on Josh Tate.
Quickly down the count, 0-1, Josh Tate using his hand, sending it down to Michael Anderson. And that's going to be a 3 unassisted for 2 quick outs.
Mitrovic has come in and has done the job the Mariners have needed him to do. Done a really good job of limiting this Harbor Hawks team offensively, that once one hit comes, a couple are soon to follow.
That'll bring up the left-handed hitter, Kane Kepley. Kepley's been a guy who seems to find a way on any way he can, and that's what got him into the All-Star roster. 1-0 to him, fastball down the zone for a strike.
And he was an individual I thought was teetering on a starting position potentially for the All-Star game, but still being selected is an incredible honor, and he's done a really good job, like you talked about, Nico, getting on. Kepley, 6th in on-base percentage at .442. First in runs with 24.
Counts all even here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Kepley's a guy, finds a way on, and wouldn't be surprised if, you know, when he gets in that game, if he shines in the All-Star game. 2-2 to him, fastball up in the zone. And with a guy who walks a lot, we talked a little bit about it earlier, 30 walks, does not strike out much. 3-2, chokes up on the bat is the left-hander Kane Kepley. 3-2 to him, down in the zone. And to nobody's surprise, Kane Kepley gets another walk for his 31st of the summer.
And no shock there. He gets himself aboard. And we talked about it yesterday with our trivia question. He's in search of the single-season walk record for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and Hyannis Mets, which is 37, now has 31 with 10 games to go beyond tonight.
First pitch to the Florida State Seminole out in the corner for a strike. Lodi hitting .291 on the summer. It's been another guy that the Harbor Hawks been able to use everywhere in the infield. See him at third base tonight.
And then for this game for Hyannis, it's the 29th game. Tomorrow is the 30th, kicking off the home stretch of the season with 1/4 left to go. Talk about it. These are the games that become very crucial down the stretch for Hyannis have an opportunity to try and get into the home stretch a little earlier by being at home.
1-2 count, throw over to speedy Kane Kepley. Goes back in safely. Not only does Kane Kepley find a way on, but he puts pressure on the base paths once he's on 15 stolen bags, which is a team leading. 1-2 to low D's, hit off the end of the bat. That ball's going to fall right in front of Scannell. Throw over to third base. Close play, just in time to get the speedy Kane Kepley. What a throw by Matt Scannell. Puts it on the money to get Kane Kepley here. And you see one hopper. It's a long hop, no hop. And you see it right there, perfectly placed. Cannot ask for a much better throw. And that is the only throw that could have got the speedy Kane Kepley for out number 3. Harbor Hawks do get their first hit, but no runs come across. We'll see you back here in the top of the 4th.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
It's everybody's favorite time. It's trivia time here at McKeon Park. And Dan Bottolino cooking up another trivia question. And let's see what it is tonight. What former Hawk was both in the 2024 MLB All-Star Game and while they were on Cape Cod in the Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game? Was it Kyle Freeland, Vinny Pasquantino, Jordan Westberg, or Jeff Hoffman?
And we'll let you know after this at bat, but Cade Curlin at the plate and Jacob Irons, any guesses first off? Ground ball. Anthony Silva ranging back to it, flips it over and uses his arm to get out number 1.
And once again, great throw from Anthony Silva deep in the hole for the first out.
Let's give him 2 outs.
Yeah, we'll get him 2 outs. That was one pitch.
That was one pitch.
Yeah, give me enough time.
Yeah, I had to let you think a little bit and didn't know if you had any guesses.
My gut says Vinny Pasquantino, but I have not. I've been on recency bias this entire time we've started trivia, and it has not gone well for me. But I don't feel – I feel like the numbers show that I should be right at some point.
Hard line drive up the middle. Just getting past the diving glove of Anthony Silva. Matt Scannell, after that amazing throw, is now 2 for 2 on the day.
Who do you have right now? Yeah, okay,
tough one.
You're lost.
I'm lost. It would be a pure guess, but I need to see the answer at this point. I'm really excited for it. Let's throw it back up here. Let's see what our answer is.
Jeff Hoffman.
It's going to be Jeff Hoffman back in 2012. And Irons 0 for 3, a ground ball. Lodis throws it over to Eric Snow. Eric Snow flips it over. That's another double play for the Harbor Hawks to end the inning. Blaine Wink getting 2 pitchers' best friends in the past 2 innings. Still scoreless here as we enter the bottom of the 4th.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes, so like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
All zeros here at McKeon Park. These two teams very similar on the field today as well as when you look at the stats.
Yeah, statistically very similar as well, but Hyannis getting the edge in majority of the statistical categories. For batting average, Hyannis coming in 4th at 254, while Harwich in at 8th. Then it's the ERAs that are quite similar. It was 4.44 ERA for Hyannis, which puts them at 7th. And then 5.14 puts the Mariners in at 8th in the Cape Cod Baseball League in team ERA. But for Hyannis, they're trying to find their bats. They had that one hit by Lodis, and it was Capley getting thrown out by an amazing throw from Scannell.
First pitch at Tennessee Volunteer, Dalton Barger up in the zone. Bargo 0 for 1 the day. Flew out to the first baseman Anderson back in the first. 1-0 changeup down in the dirt. May have gotten a piece of Ryan DeMayer behind home plate.
That one's a tough one. He's going to have to walk that one off for a quick sec for Ryan DeMayer.
2-0 hitters count to Dalton Bargo. Hard line drive into the right center field. That one gets down. Rounding first will be Bargo. Retrieving is Maldonado in right field, and the throw to second base. Stand up. Leadoff double for Dalton Bargo.
Dalton Bargo doing a good job to get all of that. Finds the gap in the right center field between Scannell and Maldonado. Hit a couple of them in BP over to that same Wendy's sign and pays it off in the game. And it's a leadoff double for the Harbor Hawks. Harbor runner in scoring position here at McKeon Park, batting .298. What does Eric Snow have to say about that?
First pitch to Eric Snow up in the zone. Eric Snow was sent down looking by Mitrovic in his first at-bat. 1-0 high fly ball heading towards the bullpen, and running out of room will be Michael Anderson and Maldonado. One count here to Eric Snow. Hitting .354 this summer. 12 RBIs. With the runner in scoring position. Change up down and in. Fouls it off. Counts now 1-2.
Snow doing a good job. Fending off pitches and continuously trying to take advantage of having Bargo aboard.
The 1-2 from Mitrovic. Fastball just getting by the bat of Eric Snow, and Eric Snow strikes out for the second time today.
And Mitrovic, after allowing Bargo to lead off this bottom of the fourth, he responds back with a big strikeout. Mitrovic has done a really good job of limiting this potent Harbor Hawks lineups in ABs.
Next up is going to be Cannon Peebles. You have the Tennessee Volunteer over at second base. Tennessee Volunteer at the plate. First strike, 1-1. Here's a changeup, just catches the inner part of the zone.
Can they work some Rocky Top magic with each other and swap places? Both of them part of the national championship squad. Look at the Tennessee program that has done such a good job in the turnaround that Tony V has done with that program and has brought them to the pinnacle of college baseball. And it's because of his recruiting, getting players like Dalton Bargo and Cannon Peebles, who are one, great athletes, but on top of that, hard-working individuals that grind out.
Not to mention former Harbor Hawk Christian Moore. Change up down the way, just flicking his hands, hitting the base, and getting over the head of Weingartner, rounding third, and scoring. And it's going to be a volunteer-to-volunteer RBI for Cannon Peebles.
For Cannon Peebles, it's like, I'm going to use the second base bag to my advantage. Setting it right back up the middle between the legs of Mitrovic. Peebles spiking it off the second base bag as Weingartner started to get over there. It was going to be there in time, but hits the lip of the bag and goes over the Eagles' head and into center field. Have the Harbor Hawks strike first.
Harbor Hawks now lead 1-0. Harwich Mariners bullpen going to be up and going. Not getting hot as the 0-1 is Silva. Fastball catching the outer part. 0-2 count. The TCU Horned Frog, Anthony Silva flew out to left fielder Barth. Back in the second, throw over to Peebles. Goes back in safely. And let's just take another look at this bounce on the kicked right in front of second base, right over the glove of Weingartner. And thanks to that bounce, it's going to be an RBI single for Peebles. And that was such a crazy bounce that provided the RBI for the Harbor Hawks. You even see Weingartner kind of throw his hands up like, I mean, that's just unlucky if you're the Harwich Mariners.
Yeah, you can't really do anything about that. It was just, Paula was well placed.
1-2 breaking ball gets Silva out on his front foot. Sends him down, and that's going to be Mitrovic's fourth strikeout of the evening. Mason White now up. 0 for 1 on the day. Cannon Peebles still over at first base. Haven't seen a stolen attempt from him this summer. First pitch to him. Changeup blown away, gets him out in the front foot, fouls it off. Oh, 1 here to White, the University of Arizona. Mitrovic, back-to-back changeups. Mason White just able to foul that one off. Mason White down the count, 0-2. Mitrovic able to work ahead as he throws over to Peebles once again.
For Hyannis, it's 2 hits that was able to bring in themselves a run, and that's what it is at home. That's a little different from them on the road. It's getting those hits that are in big spots, so like the leadoff from Dalton Bargo. Then it's Cannon Peebles' single that comes in a crucial moment to allow Bargo to score.
1-2 count. Here comes the 53rd pitch of Mitrowicz this afternoon, and that ball gets by the glove of Curlin, rounding second and going in easily. Mason White trying to stretch into a double, just does in time. Aggressive base running once again for the Harbor Hawks pays off. Now got 2 runners in scoring position.
That is a hard-working double from Mason White. Bring your lunch pail, because that is a well-placed hit that's out beyond the reach of Curland. And it's for Curland, a tough play to dive for, but it's even tougher for Scannell and Maldonado to try and crash into it on time. And for Mason White, recognizes that, gets the call from Sean Riley, and pushes it to second base, and now 2 in scoring position for Carson Bowles.
Carson Bowles, 4th game for the Harbor Hawks today. Already has 2 RBIs. Comes in an RBI situation here, and see if he can raise that 298 average to start the game.
And like we've touched on, for Bowles, had a game that he felt he was quiet in, but it was really the Orleans game in that 9th inning, getting the RBI really has projected himself forward.
And that 0-2 changeup sends Bowles down swinging for Mitrowicz, 5th strikeout of the night.
Yeah, but it is Cannon Peebles being able to go down and use the second base bag to jump on top of it to bring in Dalton Bargo. It's 1-0 Hyannis through 4 when we return.
So I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
The lights at McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the Knack Cape Cod. The Knack offers 2 locations, Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit theknackcapecod.com to order online today. The Knack Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Harbor Hawks able to scratch a run there in the bottom of the 4th. It's now 1-0. And for Blaine Wink, it's been the pitcher's best friend that's got him out of the last 2 innings.
And for Blaine Wink, keep rocking on, good sir. Why not? And back-to-back days right now for Hyannis. Having confidence in their starter.
Down the count 0-2 is the Oregon State Beaver, Wilson Weber, in his first game of the summer.
It's Mason Martinez, the new addition from VCU, getting warm in the Harbor Hawks bullpen.
And for Wink, he's got 4 innings under his belt, 58 pitches, being fairly efficient. 1-2 count to the right-hander, breaking ball up in the zone, fouled straight up. Going to find some grass behind home plate. Weber grounded out to Snow. Back in the second. And the 0-2 up in the zone. Counts back to even at 2-2. Two-two delivery. It's going to be that sinker that just misses low. And in this past spring, Wilson Weber hit .276 in 34 games for Oregon State. 7 home runs. 32 hits this past spring, 22 RBIs. Oregon State had a good little run themselves this past spring.
And they had the first overall pick on their team and former Cape League MVP.
Blaine Wink breaking ball sends down Wilson Weber for his third strikeout of his afternoon.
Great pitch from Blaine Wink, and Mitch Carricker is out to have a convo with Wink. Breaking away from a little bit of the typical call of going with 2 outs, and Mitch Carricker electing to make the call to the bullpen to bring in Mason Martinez. We'll tell you about the new arm when we return.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
Mason Martinez gonna make his Harbor Hawks debut. Fastball slider guy from Lake Worth, Florida. Went to VCU this past spring, the junior. Had 19 appearances this spring for VCU, 42 in third innings pitched, 2.98 ERA. Had a lot of success. And he makes his Harbor Hawks debut in a 1-0 ball game here in this middle part of the game.
Yeah, and for Hyannis, going to try and look to a new arm that just got to the team 3 days ago and comes in on a continuation of what was a great start from Blaine Wink. Worked some traffic in that first inning, but don't worry, no one came across to score. A really solid day for him on the mound. His father, Jeff, in attendance, have to be happy to see that from your son.
Yeah, Blaine Wink, a sinker ball guy, had some traffic on, but none of those runs scored because of the double play. Thanks to this infield, who've done a great job all year. Mason Martinez will face Michael Anderson. First pitch slider in for a strike, and he's going to be a 2-pitch mix guy. Fastball slider, going to mix them in very equally. The 0-1 to Michael Anderson down low. 1-1. Anderson 0 for 1, struck out looking. Back in the second against Wink. 1-1, fouled off the leg of Anderson.
for Anderson. 5 home runs so far this season, 6 in the Cape Cod Baseball League in the long ball. Done a great job extending for the Mariners. Both times Hyannis played at White House Field. They never saw Anderson in the lineup. It always timed up with his night off. But with him at McKeon Park, able to get jumped back into the lineup. For Hyannis and Harwich, this rounds out their season series. This is the first complete season series after tonight's game. Really showing the end is near on this summer.
The 2-2 to Anderson, slider, and he already knew it, already walking back to the dugout. And welcome to the Harbor Hawks. Mason Martinez gets his first strikeout.
Why not start your first official outing with the Harbor Hawks and a strikeout, a nasty pitch that Anderson knew as soon as it hit the back of the mitt for Cannon Peebles. And that's how you like to start the summer.
Can't start it much better than getting a strikeout looking on that slider. Gets his first out and first strikeout on the first batter, and it's going to be Danny Dickinson, the designated hitter.
Danny Dickinson, the Utah Valley State product. Trying to have Martinez able in a combination with Wink to get a 1-2-3.
Pitch low in the dirt, evens the count to 1-1. Dickinson fell to the strikeout back in the second from Blaine Wink. And the 1-1, another slider blown away, fouled off. And for Blaine Wink, his final line will be 4 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts.
Have yourself a night really big for Hyannis and their pitching staff.
And did he go? Yes, he did. Says first base umpire Brian DiModillo. And Mason Martinez gets his second strikeout in as many batters. And with that great pitching, let's send it over to who will be the pitcher who starts the All-Star game, Aaron Savory.
Here with Aaron Savory on the sidelines, mid-game, start on the mound yesterday, and kind of a turnaround for the Hawks. How did it feel?
It was really good. Felt really good yesterday. I felt like I had all my stuff working for me, and results showed that. And I'm just excited to play another day today and kind of cheer for the team.
Perfect. And you were just named starting pitcher for the All-Star game coming up. What does that mean to you to have such an honor and do that?
It's super humbling. I mean, just being able to play in a league like this, and then being named not only an All-Star but just like the starting pitcher. I mean, it's just an unbelievable honor, and I can't thank anyone enough for it.
Yeah, and you've been on the Cape here since pretty much almost the beginning of this season. What's the most valuable takeaway that you're going to take away going into the next season of games?
Honestly, kind of just like the big difference from this to like college season is just the amount of games you play. I mean, you're playing every single day, new kids coming in and out every single time, and it's just a matter of just sticking to yourself and like doing what you normally do, and just working to get 1% better every single day, and kind of just live through the grind.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
Leading off for the Harbor Hawks.
Thank you, Josie, and thank you, Savory. Again, he's going to be the starter for this All-Star game, and he had a very All-Star-like performance in last night's matchup. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 1.69 ERA so far this summer, and leads the team in innings pitched as well.
And for Coach Rich, the bench coach of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, he hosts Aaron Savory. He says it's his wife Meatballs that makes him an all-star starter. And It's his Italian cooking. He swears by it. He says his wife is the best chef, and because of that, and that Aaron Savory gets that home cooking, he's able to go on to be a Cape League starting pitcher all-star. And now, that begs the question, if we got some of that Italian food, would we level up?
Yeah, what would that do to us?
I don't know. I think we got to get.
I think we might have to try it.
We've had a very food season.
We have.
We've had a lot of food in this broadcast booth. I think we got to try a meatball.
I mean, at least one. I mean, what would two do? Could you imagine if we had two meatballs? The opportunities are endless.
The opportunities are endless. We could be playing pickleball while calling this game. Now, that's all-star material.
That is all-star material. We could see if we can make that happen. Maybe play pickleball with Mr. Wink.
Ah, yes, with the meatball on air. Yeah, I think.
Let's set this up.
I think this is a go.
Could you imagine what the broadcast would look like?
I can't even imagine. For all the viewers at home, they're thinking, oh, boy.
Oh,
why
boy,
would they ever
what's
do that?
going on
Yeah,
in the
why?
broadcast booth? Josh Schreiber leaves for a night, and these two have lost their minds a little bit. As a 2-1 to Josh Tate. That one flares down the right field line, moving foul.
And Josh Tate with the number switch here, moving from 10/20 into 4 for the remainder of the season. Number that Nick Groves previously possessed. Now with Groves gone, Tate's able to take it over.
Tate works the full count. Harwich Mariners bullpen still active. Over there on the first base line, this will be Matrill his 62nd pitch of his outing. Hard ground ball down third base line, just staying fair. Josh Tate with his speed rounding first base will get to second easily, and he'll even round second base, but stay and hold. And that's another lead-off double for the Harbor Hawks.
It worked in the fourth. Why not do it in the fifth? Josh Tate taking a book from Dalton Bargo. It's a very well-hit ball that goes down the third base line and bounces into the corner into left field. And a great piece of hitting from Josh Tate, who over his last 5 games batting .333, 98 miles an hour off the bat there for Josh Tate.
That one going right down the line, and that leadoff double will cause a mound visit. No motion to the bullpen yet. But Josh Tate, what a swing. 98 miles per hour down the line. Not much Jake Ogden can do over at third base. Now the lineup's going to turn over. Kane Kepley due up. Then it's going to be Alex Lodis and Bargo. Kepley got his 31st walk of his summer last plate appearance.
Yeah, it's number 20 for Harwich, who you don't have a name to the number, as it is Cooper McGrath we're hearing from Devin Dobick, the broadcasters for Harwich.
Kane Kepley sends that one high into center field. Scannell under it again. Not going to test the arm of him once again. Josh Tate taking a couple hard steps. Will retreat back to second. Alex Lodis 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the third.
Lodis won the battle between the cousins yesterday, taking on his cousin Kyle from the Chatham squad, and won it by getting a base hit, trying to see who could out-hit each other, and it was Alex coming out victorious. For Hyannis also coming out victorious.
1-0 ball game here. Christmas in July, around the park, high fly ball. Sent over to the right fielder, Cam Maldonado. He gets under it. Josh Tate will be going to third. What a throw from Maldonado, just pulling Jake Ogden just far enough around third base. Josh Tate's able to advance to third.
What a throw from Maldonado. And if the throw is online, there's a potential that Ogden could have gotten the tag down. Let's take another look here at that throw. It was there, just having Ogden be away from the bag. That allowed Tate to go in standing.
First pitch to the Tennessee Volunteer, out and away. Bargo had the leadoff double back in the fourth and would later come around to score, thanks to the Cannon Peebles single up the middle. Backdoor slider, it catches part of the plate. Evens it to count to 1-1. And that throw from Maldonado, with the speed that Josh Tate has, and to be able to make that play a close one.
This outfield for the Harwich Mariners have shown why they should have red lights for Harbor Hawks runners who are aggressive, but it's a throw of Maldonado and Scannell, as well as Barth, all showing off their arms today early in this contest, to the matter of have to be very wise in your decision-making for Mitch Carricker, manager and third base coach for Hyannis, and how they want to try and attack sacrifice flies.
It's a very dangerous matchup. You have the arms. You have the arms of the or the base running of the Harbor Hawks, and you have the arms of the Harwich Mariners. Hard ground ball up the middle. It'll be Kate Curlin. That ball just gets under the glove of the second baseman, Curlin. And that's going to be another RBI for the Tennessee Volunteer team. 2-0 Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, Dalton Bargo gets his RBI while teammate Cannon Peebles back on the fourth was able to get RBI as well. And looks like it'll be Cooper McGrath will make the jog in from the bullpen.
McGrath will come in with Eric Snow due up and Dalton Bargo at first base. Here with 2 outs, Harbor Hawks scratch off one another. And the pitching change has been called. We'll let you know all about Cooper McGrath right after this.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Harbor Hawks now lead 2-0. But let's see how we got there, thanks to the Tennessee Volunteer.
That was Dalton Bargo doing a good job of getting the ball out of the reach of Curland, and it just got by his glove for Tate to come around to score. And it's enough for the Harwich Mariners dugout to bring in McGrath to try and stifle the Harbor Hawks, so they have a 2-0 lead.
Comes in with a runner on Bargo, and it's going to be Cooper McGrath, number 20, the graduate student from Northeastern University. Got a tall frame, 6'7". This will be his first appearance for the Harwich Mariners this summer. This past spring for Northeastern, had 16 appearances, all coming out of the bullpen. You can see very tall frame, but kind of gets down into his legs. More towards the three-quarters movement. He's going to be a sinker-slider guy, 2-pitch mix, just like Mason Martinez.
I think with Mitch Carricker going over to talk to Ryan Damari, he's asking a question of who is pitching. Well, he had to get the help there because of on the roster card. there wasn't a clear indication of who this was, because McGrath is in at 37 on the official roster, right now wearing 20. For Hyannis, that changes how they approach pitchers because of, like we've touched on all season long, the expansive baseball analytics operation that Hyannis has for them and their affordability.
First pitch in on the hands to Eric Snow. And McGrath's first pitch, ball one. McGrath's 1-0, pulled glove side. Count quickly moves to 2-0. Eric Snow, 0 for 2 on the day. Couldn't figure out Justin Mitrovic. Struck out looking and struck out swinging. Dalton Bargo takes a couple hard steps. Eric Snow fouls that one off.
Dalton Bargo's not necessarily the first person you think of when it comes to stolen bases, but gives enough to try and see how the Mariners would respond to a stolen base.
He is 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts this summer. Eric Snow swings that one to right field, and that one gets over the wall. And it's going to be a white Christmas. Eric Snow has fallen here in Christmas at McKeon Park. That's another home run for Eric Snow. The snow has fallen here at Christmas in July at McKeon Park thanks to the 2-run home run from Eric Snow.
What a great piece of hitting from Eric Snow. Barrels this one up to send it beyond the right field wall and into the trees. What a homer for Eric Snow. Me and Eco Sharp talked about it pregame, that Eric Snow had the potential today to go long. He goes long. And with Eric Snow, that means an ice cream cake is coming to him in his family. And the great people at Kilwins have us prepared. We have an ice cream cake that is ready to go for this exact moment. And Eric Snow, we now get to dive in, so I appreciate it. We've been holding out to wait for a homer from one of Joanne or Harry's family members, part of their host family. They gave us a cookies and cream ice cream cake, and now we are ready to go because we have it. Thank you to the great people at Kilwins.
Thank you, Kilwins, and thank you, Eric Snow. Now we get a little snack during the game, and not our first time. We talked about the food that we've had, and now we get to enjoy some cake here thanks to Eric Snow. Count is 2-2 to Cannon Peebles. The switch hitter, fastball right in on the hands, catches the inside corner. Harbor Hawks put up a crooked number thanks to the 2-run home run from Eric Snow. Harbor Hawks now lead 4-0, entering the top of the 6th.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Scores 4-0 as we enter the top of the 6th thanks to the snow falling here at McKeon Park for Christmas in July. Mason Martinez comes in for another inning of work, and he has made his Harbor Hawks debut, and so far so good. 2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts. He'll face Tommy Barth, Ryan Weingartner, and Cam Maldonado for the Mariners. Harbor Hawks get the bats going here in the middle part of this game. Their bullpen is quiet. Blaine Wink and Martinez putting up a bunch of zeros, and looks like the matchup that we saw last night for the Harbor Hawks. It was Aaron Savory, Sean Fitzpatrick, and Josh Auck pitching a shutout for the Harbor Hawks last night. Leading off for the Mariners will be Tommy Barth. He's 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to Anthony Silva, the East Tennessee State native. Very open stance, high fly ball. Working towards the Harbor Hawks dugout will be Alex Lodiz. He gets under it, and there's 1 gone here for the Harbor Hawks. And Mason Martinez, so far, having no problem attacking these hitters for the Harwich Mariners. It's 3 up, 3 down for him. Lineup will turn over on its head. It'll be Ryan Weingartner, the shortstop from St. Joseph's. Worked a walk back in the 3rd. First pitch to him is going to be a slider missing out in the way.
I got the necessary utensils, plates, so next half inning, my chefing skills are coming out and my cake cutting abilities.
Now, the sound effect, was that you opening the box? I heard a little, was that the box opening? Or, I mean, you sound very excited, so I mean, I just was interested to hear.
I don't know, but I'm really excited for this cake right now.
Yeah, so excited where you went down, got some plates, hard line drive, just going down foul. Very excited about the cake. You went down, got the plates, got the forks.
Yeah, we got
immediately.
Yeah, because we said up in this broadcast booth when we got the cake from Kilwins that we were going to eat it when one of the host families that give out the ice cream cakes for home runs, we would eat our ice cream cake with them. And so now with Eric Snow getting the homer, we're going to have a little bit of ice cream cake. Gotta love partnerships.
3-1. Ground ball over to Lodiz. Lodiz chests it up, throws it over, and making the far throw just in time to get Weingartner for out number 2.
And it's a great time to remind you that if you live on Cape Cod or know someone who does, we ask that you consider about hosting a Hawk. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks are still in need of host families for the 2024 season. If you're interested, email harborhawks@gmail.com to join our family.
And you hear all the family stories that all brings McKeon Park and Harbor Hawks together. First pitch to Cam Maldonado. Fouled off, and Martinez continues his success going right after these hitters. 2 outs recorded, and this will be his 18th pitch here, and an inning in the 3rd under his belt. Fastball just missing away.
What a great start to Mason Martinez's summer. He's doing a great job of just pounding the zone.
1-1 to Maldonado, slider. Big swing from Maldonado, but he comes up empty. 1-2 count here to Maldonado. Martinez already has 2 strikeouts thus far. Slider down in the dirt. Nice pick by the catcher, Cannon Peebles. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2s are hot here at McKeon Park. And the 20th pitch from Martinez just catches the outside corner. Mason Martinez gets his 3rd strikeout in his Harbor Hawks debut. We'll see you in the bottom of the 6th. Harbor Hawks still lead 4-0, and we'll send it over to good friend Matt Coates.
Go. Guys, Dalton Bargo, been quite a good player in today's affair, and I think I might be able to tell you why. I'm walking into the ballpark today around 2 p.m., and I have to do a double take when I look at the batting cages, because Dalton Bargo with a clean buzz cut today. I went over to him, and I'm like, Dalton, what's going on? What's with the haircut? He said, I just woke up today, and I wanted to change. And that change has worked for him, guys. Scored 2 runs, one on the Eric Snow homer, and then one earlier on a big hustle play to get the first run of the game, and of course an RBI single for himself in this affair. So I think this haircut's some good mojo for number 30 on our squad. Maybe, guys, buzz cuts all around for the boys. Maybe it can lead to a hot streak. Who knows? Jacob, I think you got to start it.
Oh, Matt Coates. I don't know. I do need a haircut, though. It's starting to get a little long up here, and especially in the summer. I think we should go for the buzz cut for you, Nico Sharp.
I will do it right after you, Jacob Irons. Once I see that your haircut has been gone and all the hair, all the red fiery hair is going to be gone, and I could be right behind you, but you have to start.
I have to start.
It'll be you, Coatsy, maybe Schreiber, then me.
Why do you get to go last?
I just flipped a coin, and that's what happened, and I ended up being last in the order. Yeah.
Really?
So that's just the way it fell. I don't know. I would rather have gone first. I wish I could, but, I mean, just based on the order that I just read, I will be going last.
Oh, goody.
Anthony Silva leads off the inning for the Harbor Hawks. First pitch to him. Strike on the outer corner. And for Bargo, his haircut seems to be working for him. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Scored twice. Has an RBI under his belt already. Jacob Irons so excited about this cake. Just pulls it out of the freezer and it's a little frozen.
It's going to need to thaw a little bit.
Breaking ball catching the outer corner and a little disappointed. I saw you, Jacob Irons. You saw that the knife wasn't doing it. Saw a little exhale in the shoulders, and you're going to have to wait at least another half inning before you can dig into that. 1-2 slider gets Anthony Silva swinging, and McGrath gets his 2nd strikeout of his evening.
Yeah, McGrath doing a good job since coming in for relief and trying to shut the door, and done a good job of limiting the opportunities for Hyannis, but it's been Hyannis taking advantage when they've been having the door cracked open.
Next up will be Mason White. Stretched out a double back in the 4th, thanks to his extra hustle. And that slider is working for McGrath here thus far. Backdoors it right there. Gets Mason White down the count 0-2. So is that a confirmed, Jacob Irons? You are going to buzz the hair now that you need a haircut?
I don't think so. I get it pretty short, though.
Fastball low and away. Mason White just trying to stab at it. McGrath gets his 3rd strikeout.
But once again, if I couple the buzz cut, a meatball, together, that is all-star potential right there.
I mean, what happens then?
I don't know.
First pitch to Carson Bowles using his hand standing down the right field line. Just ranging for and just dropping out of the glove of the right fielder, Cam Maldonado. Strong throw over to second base, and Carson Bowles goes in sliding, and that one just slipping out of the glove of Maldonado and sliding in safely as Bowles.
Yeah, Bowles able to watch the play happen in front of him the entire way, and as soon as he saw it go off the glove of Maldonado, he made an aggressive turn to second to put himself in a scoring position. It just kicked off the glove of Maldonado, ranging out for it, just didn't get all the leather behind it to keep it in his mitt.
I'll bring up Josh Tate now with the runner in scoring position. Maldonado just not able to complete the snow cone. Jacob Irons really trying to get into this cake, having no success thus far.
No, I think this is going to have to be post-game.
0-1 Josh Tate, who doubled and later came around to score. (1-1). And this outfield playing very deep. Maldonado in right field, almost against the fence. 1-2 count to Josh Tate. Runner in scoring position. For Josh Tate, has 5 RBIs. He runs scoring using his hands, blooping that one to center field, and Matt Scandal just falling to his feet. And rounding third and scoring will be Carson Bowles.
It's because Scannell was playing so deep that he had to come crashing in, and with Curlin there, he had to call off Curlin, but just couldn't happen. And for Scannell playing deep to center field, which is a sneaky deep 379, and just drops in front of him, and with Bowles' speed, he's able to score easily.
That'll bring up the Tar Heel. Josh Tate getting put in motion. Just able to get the pass, the tag of Weingartner. Very close play, and Tate gets his 5th stolen base of his summer.
Let's take a look here. Bang bang play over at second base. Talked about Weber's arm in the pregame. And it just looks like Weingartner missed Tate.
Yeah, that throw bringing Weingartner just far enough above the bag. It was Josh Tate just able to slip by. Looks like he might have beat the throw. (2-0) pitch to Kane Kepley, missing upstairs.
Some kids look like they may have found Eric Snow home run ball. Oh no, everyone's got a ball, so I don't think could be them. But out patrolling beyond the fence. They're ball hunting right now.
3-1 to the UNC Tar Heel, and Kane Kepley working another walk of this ball game, now at 32 of the summer.
Whew. You won't find a more disciplined batter than Kane Kepley in Cape Cod right now, and showed it. Now 5 away from the single season Harbor Hawk record with 37.
Countdown has officially started, now within 5. Getting 2 in this ball game, and he's been averaging more than 1 per game. (1-0) count to Alex Lodis. Fastball missing upstairs. Cooper McGrath. 2-0 count here. Missing upstairs, Alex Lodis. 3-0 count. 2 runners on. Harwich Mariners bullpen still empty. This will be McGrath's inning as the fastball misses away to Alex Lodis, and that's back-to-back walks for the Harbor Hawks.
For Hyannis, it's been 2-out cooking for them. With 2 outs, Hyannis has scored 3 of their 5 runs. Have another opportunity here to try and score a couple more. But gonna have a meeting on the mound.
Just give me a conversation with the pitcher McGrath. Got some arm stretching in the bullpen. Nobody throwing so far for Mariners.
And for Kane Campley, earning his 32nd walk of the summer. On the chase to 37 for the new record.
And the first pitch to the newly buzzed haircut Dalton Bargo. Been working for him so far. 2 for 3, scored twice, has an RBI, and has another big opportunity here. Big swing, foul tip right back to the glove of Weber. One count. Fastball just missing away, 91 miles per hour. Bargo now in a hitter's count. Here 2-1, bases loaded. McGrath working out of the windup. Fastball misses down in the zone. That's going to be Josh Tate at third, Kane Kepley at second, and Alex Lodis at first base.
An arm just starting to get warm for the Mariners. As some fans trying to get themselves out.
And a slider foul tipped right back into the glove. Dalton Bargo foul tips his strikeout. Harbor Hawks do scratch one across. Now extend their lead to 5-0 heading into the top of the 7th.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes, so like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Coming in for the Harbor Hawks, going to be the southpaw, Dominic Carbone out of Coastal Carolina. And for Carbone, makes his 6th appearance of the summer, another bullpen arm that they've loved. And in 5 appearances, gone about an inning every single time, has 5 2/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks. And he's a sinker, slider, changeup guy. Coming from the left side. As Jacob Irons has finally got into that cake and has made us a couple pieces, and it's time to dig in, Jacob Irons.
It's about as small of a piece as you can have. It's got to thaw. I forgot how long that's been in the freezer.
And we finally get a chance to enjoy it.
Delicious.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Delicious. Kilwins never misses.
Wow. That is, wow.
Oh, I know.
Thank you, Eric Snow.
It's Eric Snow, man.
Thank you, Kilwins. Dominic Carbone. First pitch down in the zone to second baseman Cade Curlin. And Carbone comes with a 5-run lead. Get a chance to go right after these hitters and put some pressure on them. Breaking ball, back foot. Big swing from the second baseman Cade Curlin. Carbone comes in after Mason Martinez, who had an excellent debut for the Harbor Hawks. (2-1) count and for Mason Martinez. Inning in 2/3. No hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Pure dominance out of the debut of Martinez. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here to Cade Curlin and Jacob Irons. Really enjoying that cake so far.
Yeah, putting it away for our staff to enjoy after the game tonight. But we got to enjoy it a little earlier. But Dominic Carbone here, trying to take on this first batter. Be smart. Try and continue on a stellar pitching that Hyannis has had over the past 2 games.
3-2. Foul ball off the front foot of Cade Curlin. We'll do it again here at 3-2.
Never mind me, Nico Sharp. In love with that ice cream cake.
It is really good. And you weren't lying, Jacob Irons. You've been excited for this moment all summer long. As soon as we got this cake, we're waiting for the moment that Eric Snow get a home run. And
I feel bad for Josh on assignment tonight and misses Eric Snow homer night.
Yeah, you really hate to see it. Ground ball to Lodis. Lodis gets that one in stride. Throws it over to first base into Bargo. And Dominic Carbone gets the first out of his outing.
And for Carbone, we're going to try keep the Harwich Mariners that have a lot of pop in their bat away.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. Dominic Carbone and Matt Scannell. First pitch is Scannell, right in on the hands. 0-1. The 0-1. Slider just missing away glove side.
For Carbone doing a good job being aggressive around the zone.
1-1 high chopper. Don Bargo trying to catch that ball in fair territory. Just goes foul. And so far, Harbor Hawks haven't been able to keep Scannell off the base paths. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Down 1-2 in the count to the southpaw Carbone. 1-2 fastball. Carbone thought he got strike 3, just missing out in the way. Evens the count to 2-2. 2-2. Slider, big swing and a miss. Dominic Carbone using that slider low and away gets the first strikeout of his outing.
There you go, Dom Carbone. Hyannis pitching staff over these past 2 games. Can't miss. It's a great slider on the outer part of the plate that no one can hold off on. And this time, it's Scannell showing you can't hold off on that pitch.
And he's worked that fastball low and away. So just throwing that slider and starting where that fastball was and then just breaking off the plate. It's a great job from Carbone as he gets ahead in the count once again to the third baseman, Jake Ogden. Jake Ogden heading to the University of Miami. This past spring, UNC Greensboro. Carbone pulling the string there with the changeup low and away. Ogden trying to extend his hands to get a piece of that one, but Carbone perfectly placed changeup. Carbone 0-2, here with 2 outs. Fastball misses out in the way.
Yeah, tried to dial up a strong fastball that got away from him.
The 1-2, breaking ball down in the dirt. Dominic Carbone having some feel in this ball game. 1, 2, 3 inning, gets 2 strikeouts, hold the game at 5-0. Harbor Hawks still lead.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
And it's time to stretch here at McKeon Park. That also means a little chicken dance there as you see some interns getting into the festivities.
And hey, Hawk fans, if you live on Cape Cod or know someone who does, tell them to host a Hawk. The Harbor Hawks are in need of host families as the 2024 season continues. We need your help. Email us today at harborhawks@gmail.com to join our family. Hyannis doing a great job. Dominic Carbone there on the top of the 7th, getting a 1-2-3 inning. And that is now the 4th consecutive 1-2-3 inning for the Harbor Hawks pitching staff.
And moving to the Harwich Mariners pitching staff is going to be Jason Finkelstein, number 33, making his way into the ball game from Babson College. Got to talk to another Babson College pitcher, and Cole Vellis. Got to hear a little bit about Finkelstein, and it's going to be, he was their Saturday night starter, ended up being their Game 2 starter later in the year. Fastball, curve, changeup guy. Fastball is going to have heavy vertical movement. Something interesting about his curveball and his slider, he holds a changeup grip and just gets around it. And so never really heard that movement from him, but he had a lot of success this past spring. 65 2/3 innings pitched. Real workhorse for Babson College this past spring.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to play in the FCBL, the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, with the Brockton Rocks for one game. And I hit around a little bit through his 3 innings pitched, but we're going to come to Cape Cod and get that confidence back. Trying to close out this half inning to get into the 8th for the Mariners to have the ability.
Breaking ball gets Snow to fling his hands out front, ground ball over, and not able to make the play is Jake Ogden throwing it over to the outstretched Michael Anderson, and Eric Snow just able to find a way on first base due to the ground ball.
Way to go from Eric Snow, coming off the homer back in the 5th. Gets himself back on board for Hyannis to try and extend their 5-run lead.
Catcher Cannon Peebles makes his way to the plate. RBI single in the bottom half of the fourth. Eric Snow able to leg that one out. They're going to rule it a single. Pick off over to Eric Snow. Goes back in standing. And when Eric Snow gets his time over there at first base, he has like a little jump. He does. And he almost got caught timed up right there. And you see him bounce and get into his secondary. As that changeup misses out and away.
I've never seen the bunny bounce approach there to try and pick up the timing.
He works a small lead, and you see him, he gets a really aggressive secondary, so he stands really close to first base. And once he gets his time, he gets a really aggressive secondary. And to start the AB on a new pitcher, he has a little bounce, and then he'll just work an aggressive secondary later. They're trying to time it up as pickoff attempt back to him over at first base, goes back in standing.
Wind blowing hard out into right field. The flag whipping.
And they get Eric Snow into his jump method, and Eric Snow just gets caught into a pickle. And a perfectly timed pickoff from Finkelstein for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it was on that jump that he was able to check over on, and on that lead, that Snow got caught trying to extend.
And that must have been something in the scouting report. There's multiple times where they threw over right as Eric Snow was doing the jump. And he gets caught right there. Eric Snow started to get the secondary lead.
I wonder how much it's the scouting report, or is it the peripheral vision of setting and looking and seeing someone move up and down.
2-1 or 3-1 to the left-hander Cannon Peebles, and he works the free 90. Anthony Silva comes up 0 for 3 on the day. See if he can get his name etched into the scoreboard here with the runner on and Cannon Peebles.
Last game with Hyannis, trying to make it a memorable one.
His family headed back to home in San Antonio.
Yeah, left early this morning. Left the Cape at 3:30 this morning. Hopefully back home. San Antonio, as they were hoping to give this game a watch. Just spending some time up here on Cape Cod.
Yeah, I got to talk to a lot of his family and friends. We got a lot of good chances to be able to talk to them. Family, friends that came all the way up from Texas, and such a good family. And, I mean, true lovers of the Harbor Hawks. Saw them all in their merchandise. They were rocking the Harbor Hawks merch. Every single one of them.
Yeah, they're bought in. They're bought in. They hope they can maybe double dip with Anthony's little brother, trying to maybe make himself a Hyannis Harbor Hawk.
And Anthony Silva, hard line drive to left field. Right in front of Tommy Barth, the left fielder, and Anthony Silva gets his first hit of the evening.
That is a base hit at every level. It's a great piece of hitting that he's able to push out into left field to drop in front of Barth. And finds that gray area between the infield and the outfield. And with this Mariners outfield playing a couple steps back, made it a no-doubt hit right off the bat for Silva.
First pitch to Mason White gets by Weber. Both runners able to advance it now into scoring position. And that'll bring the infield in. 5-0 ball game here late in the bottom of the seventh. All infielders having their toes in on the grass for the left-hander Mason White as that one misses arm side. Slight shift in the infield. Weingartner more close to second base. Foul ball straight back, and you can see it on your screen right here in front of us. Weingartner going to be shaded towards the pull side of Mason White.
And while White's the lefty, he has an acre in right center field right now with how Scannell is playing a shade over to left field while Maldonado is playing a couple steps closer to the foul line, creating a huge opening in the right center field gap.
Finkelstein tried to backdoor to Mason White there, and once again, Maldonado right in front of the fence in right field, and opposed to the infield, it's going to be Scannell pull towards left center field. Mason White fouls off another tough pitch. Full count here to Mason White. We'll do it again here with one out. That one missing out and away to the left-hander Mason White. And that'll load the bases for the new Razorback Carson Bowles.
Able to get to first after the error by Maldonado. Back in the sixth, came around to score, looking to try and get himself an RBI. Bases loaded.
High fly ball to deeper part of center field. Scannell working in for it. And a pump fake from him after he sees Anthony Silva doesn't try to advance. And that's going to be an RBI pop out for Carson Bowles.
Does the job right there for Bowles. Understanding that don't need to do too much, just have to elevate the ball. Is able to send one high, deep enough to center field. Get the Harbor Hawks there, 6-run.
6-0 ball game. Carson Bowles gets his third RBI of the summer. That'll bring up the 9-hole Josh Tate, who's had himself a night. Had a double back in the fifth, stolen base, and an RBI in the sixth. Again, Harbor Hawks scoring in production. Haven't seen an Anthony Silva perfectly timed stolen base attempt. High popper in the Bermuda Triangle over there. It's going to be Cade Curlin making the wonderful play inside the triangle between shortstop and center field. The Harbor Hawks manufacture another run to extend this lead to 6-0. Harwich Mariners down to their last 6 outs.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Back here at McKeon Park, got a 6-0 ball game here, but let's take a look at how all the games move around the league.
Yeah, and for around the league, it's Wareham being ahead 8-3 in the top of the 7th. Orleans Firebirds up 10-2 right now. Then Katuah taking care of business in the middle of the 4th as they lead 4-1. And here's a final a tie ball game, 7-7 between Falmouth and YD. That one is huge. Falmouth trying to gain momentum on the Bourne Braves, especially as they are down currently to the Gatemen, but we'll see what happens. Because every game, I have to watch Wareham and Katuitt to see what they are doing for Hyannis as well.
First pitch to Weber, the catcher. Slider swung and miss. But that Katuitt Kettler team has been hot in the past games. Now at 9-2-1 in their past 13. 0-1 to Weber. Out in the way, and Carbone so far. 2 strikeouts, an inning of work.
How confident is she in that hit? That's the question.
And this will be the 19th pitch of his outing, and a high chopper to the Horned Frog over at short. He flips it on over to first base for the first out of the inning.
Dominic Carbone continuing to remain hot, stay ahead. Big first out to lead off this 8th inning.
It's going to be Michael Anderson. Due up next, Rhode Island College. And the first pitch at Rhode Island University, man.
Ooh.
Michael Anderson, big swing, just comes up empty.
URI, University of Rhode Island.
That's right, University of Rhode Island. And
Rhode Island College, different
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, that's right.
That's Rick,
yeah.
the anchorman.
In Providence?
I know, right outside.
Right outside of Providence.
Well, high school principal played basketball there.
The 1-0 right in on the hands. So Michael Anderson and Dominic Carbone has really settled in, and his command has been there, and he's been able to use that sinker, slider, changeup mix anywhere he wants.
Yeah, and for Dominic Carbone, hasn't had ultimately the start you would have wanted to his summer. But as the summer's gone on, working with the pitching coach, Tanner Cunha and Ray Korn, he's done a really good job of developing into a pitcher that works around the zone. One of his big things was he would be in the zone a lot on his pitches. Now he's staying outside and around, just like he does there, to go outside and away on that fastball from Carbone. That makes him such a stellar pitcher.
And Carbone gets his 3rd strikeout. And only an inning and 2/3 of work. Dominic Carbone able to peck away at that outer corner, and he has really settled into this ballgame. And you mentioned it, had his ups and downs, but it seems like he's been getting better every single outing we've seen on the mound.
Every single outing. And that's what summer ball is. It's a development process to get you better for the hopeful ability to hear your name called, and for the spring. Continue working on it, and a little more of the ability, because you're in a bullpen every day and you don't have to worry about classes as much. You're able to really think about trying to pick up that new pitch, trying to fine-tune a pitch, and really work on the development of yourself as a student athlete in all summer leagues, but especially in Cape Cod, because you're surrounded by the best.
That's exactly what you've seen here, is that fastball just getting away from the lefty Carbone. Just a little bit as he faces Danny Dickinson, sophomore out of Utah Valley State. And the 2-1, 91-mile-per-hour fastball to even the count to 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 to the right-hander Dickinson. He's able to foul that one off. Change up, that one just staying a little up in the zone. Dickinson able just to fight that one off. 2-2 will do it again. That one's staying up in the zone. Hit to left fielder Bowles. Bowles extending, just not able to get the glove on it. Getting by him, and Kane Kepley going to make the throw, and that's going to be a 2-out double for Danny Dickinson.
Yeah, Bowles laying out for it. And came crashing in, trying to make a play, but drops right in front of him. Kane Kepley doing a good job to provide some backup. Got over there quickly, and now Peoples out to have a convo with his pitcher.
And that's going to be a tough read for the left fielder, Carson Bowles. That one hit just off the end of the bat. But, of course, in left field, you can't tell if that ball was squared up or off the end of the bat. And that one just tailing right in front of him. Tried to fully extend to make the play, but just falling in front of him. Great job from Kane Kepley to be able to back him up and hold it to just a double. Tommy Barth will come up with a runner in scoring position for the Mariners. Junior out of East Tennessee State. Slider down in the zone. Can't get Tommy Barth to chase.
And for Carbone. Has 2 outs. Hyannis would love it. He could work out of this half inning and propel them back into the bottom of the 8th.
And getting a great jump over at second base is Danny Dickinson. Throw just being pulled the wrong side of the base, and Dickinson is now 90 feet away.
Great jump by Dickinson to be able to go over and get a good jump.
And this is the first time the Mariners are in scoring position all game long, thanks to a lot of double play efforts from the Harbor Hawks. As that one gets away from Carbone. And that's going to be a free pass for Tommy Barth.
And now this is the first time that the Harwich Mariners will have multiple people on base since the first inning.
Yeah, first time all game long where a Mariner will stand 90 feet from home. Dominic Carbone going to try to bear down here and put up another 0 as the lineup will shift over. Ryan Weingartner, the leadoff. Up the plate, fastball just missing down the zone. Weingartner 0 for 2. Had the walk back to the third. Runners on the corners for the Mariners. Leg lift pickoff over, almost getting by the glove of Bargo. Carbone facing a little bit of traffic. But the Harbor Hawks bullpen still quiet over there down the left field line. Count is 1-0 to the shortstop. That's going to be a hard ground ball. Lodi's going to keep his momentum and throw it over to second base for out number 3. Mariners going to strand 1. Still a 6-0 ball game as we send it over to Josie Broyles.
Aaron Sav. We have 5 players coming up to the All-Star game coming up in a little bit. We have Aaron Savary, Michael Detallo, Eric Snow, Casey Hintz, and Kane Kepley. One of the cooler parts is pitcher Aaron Savary is actually starting for the All-Star game, which is a big accomplishment for him. After interviewing him, he told me that he's really honored to get this starting pitching gig. It's also his birthday tomorrow, so make sure if you see him today, give him a big happy birthday. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Josie. And a big happy birthday from us as Aaron Savary participating in one of the games here at McKeon Park. Celebrating the birthday coming up, and a lot of things up and coming as birthdays and everything, but let's take a look at the upcoming schedule.
What a beautiful transition, Nico Sharp. Hyannis taking on the Bourne Braves tomorrow at Durham Park, looking to try and break out of the funk that Hyannis has had against the Braves over the past 2 years, and then have an off day on Monday, a much-needed off day, and then they come back home to take on Katuitt on a big Tuesday night game. can catch that one along with all the games that you see on your television screen or wherever you're watching the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, that they will be on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, always starting 10 minutes prior to game time with the pregame show. Myself, Nico Sharp, and maybe Josh Schreiber will join you every night from wherever the Hyannis Harbor Hawks are playing.
Could be Josh Schreiber.
Could be.
Could be. You never
We don't know.
You never know.
We never know.
Again, Josh Schreiber out on assignment tonight for us. It's Nico Sharp and Jacob Irons here in the booth.
We're holding it down for you. Been a fun time with you, partner.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Been a good time. Back to the two-man booth for the night. Been a good time, and Harbor Hawks finding a lot of success here again. Another 6-0 ball game. That's how it ended up last night.
Yeah, and for Hyannis, trying to sport back-to-back shutouts as well. Chatham wasn't able to score a run against Hyannis yesterday. Hyannis trying to almost do a replica of yesterday's game to today.
1-1 count here to the new UNC Tar Heel. Righty-lefty matchup. That pitch missing out and away, and it's going to be Sam Tukian, number 36, out of Ole Miss. New arm for the Harwich Mariners. 2-1 count. Kane Kepley off the end of the bat, ranging to his Ogden, just coming up short and finding some dirt, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. And for the Ole Miss Rebel, it's going to be a fastball slider mix. It's a pitch arsenal that we've seen a couple times already tonight. A lot of guys being two-pitch mix guys. And Kane Kepley, 3-2 count here, already 2 walks on the day.
And for those two-pitch mix individuals like we've seen tonight, it's really about command and how you use them to your advantage.
And a backdoor slider sends Kane Kepley down looking. 74 miles per hour backdoor. Kane Kepley thought he had his third walk of the evening. But it's the Ole Miss Rebel getting the strikeout looking. Next up for the Harbor Hawks will be Alex Lodis. First pitch swinging, fouls it off the netting.
Lodis, solid night, 1 for 3 with a walk in there so far, and done a good job of approaching the plate.
The 0-1 breaking ball down in the zone. Count is 0-2. The 0-2 fouled again, straight back. And Harwich Mariners are down to their last 3 outs once we enter the 9th, and up and going in the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks going to be the All-Star, number 5, Casey Hintz. Saw the other 2 All-Star pitchers last night in Savory and Fitzpatrick. Fastball up in the zone. Lodis not able to catch up to it for the first 2 gone here in the Harbor Hawks bottom of the 8th.
The opportunity to catch up with Casey Hintz pregame, and for Casey Hintz has been a two-way player for the Harbor Hawks this year when they've lacked some depth in the outfield at times. And I asked him, especially after the BP he put out today, I asked, could we maybe see an at-bat at the All-Star game? And he joked with me, there need to be a lot of deferrals before they saw me pick up a bat. But said it was a great honor to be able to join Savory and Fitzpatrick down in Falmouth, sporting the Harbor Hawk blue and orange.
Bargo fastball in on the hands, high fly ball. Weingartner moving back to it, gets called off by the center fielder Scannell. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the Ole Miss Rebel. Harbor Hawks go down in order, and it's going to be Casey Hintz time in the top of the 9th. Here, 6-0. Harbor Hawks still lead.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
It's going to be the all-star Casey Hintz coming in a 6-0 ball game to get the last 3 outs. And for him this summer, this will be his 8th appearance, has 16 innings pitched, has come in for a save opportunity before, 21 strikeouts to just 4 walks with a 2.81 ERA and has a win-loss record of 1-0. And those are the all-star numbers for Hintz.
Yeah, and for Casey Hintz, he's done a good job with that slider that he sports. And it's really because of his sidearm delivery. Has a little bit of a Chris Sale approach to him and how he has it come across his body. And is able to work it outside on righties, inside on lefties. For him, he's had a great summer and really answered the call in more ways than one when Hyannis has needed somebody. One in doubt. Let's go to Hintz. Whether both need him defensively in the field as a left fielder, whether in the box to swing or to pitch. He is a very well-rounded individual that contributes to this Harbor Hawks team and their success so far this summer.
Yeah, this guy can truly do it all. He's a sinker, slider, changeup guy. And when you talk about that sinker, it has so much hard downward tilt to it. So his sinker is going to work as his fastball, but that fastball is not staying flat. It's in the 95th percentile nationally in vertical movement. I mean, that's an unreal number, and that makes it so hard to get under that baseball and to really hit line drives as that ball is moving so hard down. And he has a slider that you talked about that has that frisbee movement and that changeup that plays so well off that sinker. So 3-pitch guy and Casey Hansen, Harbor Hawks look to him to get the final 3 outs as he faces Cam Maldonado, who's 1 for 3 on the day. (1-0) pitch down the zone. Count moves quickly to 2-0. Harbor Hawks using all 3 of their all-star pitchers between last night and tonight. 2-0 to Hintz. That sinker catching the outer part of the zone.
And you look at the All-Star game presented by Milton Cat. Next Saturday, catch it on Nesson. A little bit of a tape delay.
Slider moving towards the fence over there down first base is Dalton Bargo. Bargo catches it for the first out.
Should be fun. You got the home run derby. Interested to see who the contestants are for that coming up. And for the players, it's a little bit of a cool thing if you don't get selected on top of it. It's a weekend off on Cape Cod. Not playing Saturday, not playing Sunday. So a big rest and recharge with back-to-back off days as well. But playing, get the opportunity to be in front of all 30 Major League scouts. We talk about the Cape League as the best of the best. Then you bring it to the Cape League All-Star Games, and that is the best of the best. It's the creme de la creme of summer amateur baseball. And if you can show out in front of scouts there, you put your name on draft boards pretty quickly.
Yeah, you talk about all the talent that's already in the Cape Cod Baseball League, but then that All-Star Game is going to be something different, and it's a really fun event. Got a chance to go to it last year. Home Run Derby was so fun. I mean, it's a packed house every single year that they put on a show.
Yeah, and with Falmouth Commodores hosting it this year, should be a great experience with just how nice Gov Fuller Field is and all the renovations they've done over the last couple of years to get themselves in a position to host. And
the 2-1 in on the hands. Kane Kepley reigning under it and just able to make the play towards his glove side is the speedy Kane Kepley for out number 2.
Kane Kepley showing why he's going to make the trip down to Falmouth, and it's defensive plays just like that. Looked like it was dead in the water, but Kepley's speed's able to get him over there in time and went in sliding for it. Makes a grab for the second out, and the Mariners down to their last one.
First pitch to Matt Scannell just gets under the glove of Eric Snow. That's going to be a 2-out base hit for the Harwich Mariners.
And for the Harwich Mariners, 6 runs is a lot. Just going to have to move the conveyor belt. Have a next man up mentality. Trying create a lofty comeback.
And it's going to have to be a get it to the next guy mentality for the offense. Understanding there's no 6-run home run. It's going to be a lot of production. First pitch to Jake Ogden is that sweeping slider. More of a frisbee slider with how much movement it has coming from that arm angle. It's going to be back-to-back sliders. That one on the outer corner. The Harwich Mariners and Jake Ogden are down to their last strike. Scannell on first base. Dalton Barwell not holding him on. Going to play defensive here. And the 0-2 from Hintz. And a slider, did he offer? Yes, he did. Jake Ogden not able to check his swing. And the Harbor Hawks win both games at home with another victory of 6-0. Casey Hintz comes in to shut the door.
The check swing strikeout to finalize us here. For Hyannis, it's now 13-2 at McKeon Park. It is unreal numbers that Hyannis has been able to put up here at McKeon Park. Took care of business against Chatham yesterday and Hyannis today. But they've got maybe their biggest test tomorrow against the Bourne Braves, heading into an off day, trying to leave it all out there and get themselves in a position to go try and climb and get into a hosting spot in the playoffs.
Especially with Wareham and Katuitt getting it done in the Western. Good to keep pace there, and it's been the Bourne Braves who've had their number. Harbor Hawks going to go on the road tomorrow night, but for this homestand, Harbor Hawks win again 6-0. Great job from the pitching staff, and a great job here from inside the booth. Nico Sharp alongside Jacob Irons from our production team. Dan Bartolino, Chase Avery, Charlie Adams. For our silent reporters, Matt Coates and Josie Broyles, we thank you for tuning in with us as the Harbor Hawks get another victory, 6-0. We'll see you tomorrow night on the road to see the Bourne Braves.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.